questions 1 to 8. Question 1.
Where will the man and woman meet?
I'll see you outside the cinema at 6 o'clock.
Why can't you meet me at the station? Or better still, the cafe. We're going to eat there before the film, aren't we?
Yes, but we need to be at the cinema at 6 to buy the tickets. Then we can go to the cafe.
Oh, OK.
Question 2.
What's the date of Emma's birthday party?
Are you going to Emma's 20th birthday party in June?
Yes, I am. But it's in July, actually.
Oh, yes, of course. The 21st, isn't it?
That's right. Her birthday is the day after mine. That's how I remember it.
Question 3.
Which day will they go to the cinema?
I'd love to see that film about the boy who learns to fly. I think I'll go on Thursday. Do you want to come too?
I can't that night. I'm going to play tennis with Dave. How about Tuesday? Or if not, Wednesday?
Tuesday night is fine. I can't on Wednesday. I'll see you outside the cinema at 7 then.
OK.
Question 4.
What are the boys going to do?
Let's go fishing. You never want to play football unless there's a lot of people. And it's too hot to play tennis, isn't it?
I don't think so. If we play in the park, we can go and get a drink in the cafe there afterwards.
Well, all right. But I don't want to play for long.
OK. It'll be fun, you'll see. And fishing is boring anyway.
Question 5.
How much did the man pay for the camera?
I've bought a new camera.
It looks expensive. Cameras like that cost about £150, don't they?
This was £175, but the man in the shop took £15 off the price because it was in the shop window and there was no box for it.
£160 is still a lot of money. I hope it takes good pictures.
Question 6.
What does the boy decide to buy for his grandmother?
My mum says I've got to buy my granny a present because she always gets me one when she goes on holiday. I thought I'd get her a black t-shirt.
Don't be silly. Old ladies don't wear t-shirts. Why not get her some of the local perfume? It smells of roses. Or one of those little wooden boxes. They're great for keeping earrings and stuff in.
That's a good idea. She does a lot of travelling, so she can use it to put her jewellery in.
Question 7.
What time is the man's appointment?
Hello, appointments.
Hello. Could I make an appointment to see Dr. Smith next Tuesday, please? Early evening, if possible. Anything after 6 o'clock.
Well, we open at 6:15 on Tuesday evenings, and there's an appointment at 6:35 or 6:50.
Thanks. I'll take the earlier one. My name's...
Question 8.
What has the woman lost?
Excuse me, I was sitting over there 10 minutes ago making a call on my mobile phone. I got a pen out of my bag to write something down and I think my purse fell out. I can't find it now. Has anyone handed it to you?
That is the end of Part 1.
Part 2. Questions 9 to 20. In this part, you will hear 3 conversations. There are 4 questions for each conversation. For each question, choose the correct answer A, B, C or D. You will hear the conversations only once. Questions 9 to 12.
You will hear an interview with a singer called Nick Parker, who plays in a band called Crispy with his sister Mel.
I'm talking to Nick Parker, the singer with the band called Crispy. Nick, your sister Mel plays guitar in the band too, doesn't she?
Yeah, Mel's a year younger than me. We've been playing and singing together since we were 8, 9. Dad is a guitarist and took us to hear the great bands playing live. Mel and I put on shows at school, which was a lot of fun. Mum thought we were good, but she didn't want us to get too serious about our music because of the hard lives professional musicians have.
When did you start writing music?
I've been writing since I was 10. And later, Mel started working with me. We didn't have the same influences. I liked rock music, and she loved world music, especially bands from Africa. But we found good ways of mixing the styles.
Your band, Crispy, has 2 guys and 2 girls in it. How was it formed?
Mel and I were playing in a concert at our college, and there were 2 students from music school in the audience. They came to see us after the show and asked if we'd like to form a band with them. We weren't sure at first because we were much younger than them, but we agreed to try it out, and it was brilliant.
Was the band an immediate success?
Well, we spent the first year practicing and writing music. During that time, we all had studying to do. We played in local concerts, and the audiences enjoyed what we did. Then, during one holiday, we recorded 2 songs and sent them to a music company. They offered us a contract, but our parents said we had to finish college first.
You've been together a few years now, and you're one of the top bands. What's that like?
Hard work. We travel to concerts all round the world and are never in one place for more than a few nights. The others are like an older brother and sister to me and Mel, which is good. They help us relax on our days off and make sure we eat well. They're strict about practicing too.
Have you had any disappointments?
Everything we've recorded has done well. 3 singles have gone to number 1, and our first album has sold over 1 million copies. Our second album was due out this winter.
Questions 13 to 16.
You will hear part of a radio program about classical music.
And now, if you're a regular listener to this programme, you'll know that it's time for our weekly competition. Last week's prize of 2 theatre tickets was won by Bill Martins. Congratulations, Bill. I hope you've received your tickets by now. This week, we're offering a classical CD to the first listener who can name the piece of music and the person who wrote it. I'm going to play the piece in a few minutes, but before I do, you need to get a pencil and a piece of paper, as I'm going to give you some help, which should make your job a little easier. Are you ready? Right. Now listen carefully, as you might be this week's lucky winner. Although the person who wrote this piece of classical music was born in Italy, his parents were French, and he spent most of his life in Spain. Have you got that? On to the second point. There is also a famous play which has the same title as this music and which is usually performed in the open air in the summer. Any idea yet? I should warn you that it's not that easy. Anyway, for the next point. When this piece of music was first performed, many people in the audience got up and walked out. At the end, they say there was complete silence, which I'm sure wasn't very pleasant for the writer. People thought the music was terrible and complained about wasting their money. It's amazing, really, when you think how popular it is today.
Questions 17 to 20.
You will hear an interview with a woman called Rachel who is talking about the shows she puts on for children.
Rachel, tell us how your shows for children started. You studied art at college, didn't you?
That's right. But I gave up my career as an artist when my twin daughters were born. Painting took up too much time when I was looking after them. I thought about teaching art classes part-time, but instead I started making dolls for my daughters. I love acting, so I often invented little plays for the dolls, doing the voices myself.
And when did you start doing shows for other people?
When our daughters were 5, my husband suggested using the dolls to entertain the children at their birthday party. I wrote a little show and he built a dolls' theatre. My daughters and their friends loved it. As a result, other parents asked me to come and do the show at their children's parties. That's how it all began.
Must be a lot of work for you.
Yes, I love making the dolls, but I decided that I needed someone to help me with the shows. Luckily, my neighbour Lena was keen to perform with me. Her husband records the music to go with the shows. It would be impossible to do everything on my own.
Have you ever had any problems?
Only once. I did a show for a group of 3-year-olds and I'd written a story about a lion. Unfortunately, the children were really afraid of the lion and started crying. I was worried the parents might complain, but luckily they were all able to laugh about it afterwards.
And what did you learn from that?
The experience taught me that I had to find out beforehand just what children enjoy. Like me, Lena has 2 daughters, so whenever we've invented a new story, we show it to our 4 girls first. They always tell us exactly what they think of it. And sometimes I take new dolls to the local primary school to check that children like them.
And the shows continue to be successful?
They do. I have a range of different shows for 5 to 9-year-olds. In fact, the shows have become so successful I could do one every day, but I don't want to do that. The reason the shows have become popular, I think, is because I love every minute of every show, and so other people love them too. I certainly didn't realise when I organised that birthday party for my daughters all those years ago that it would change my life so much.
That is the end of part 2.